Hi, welcome to another episode of Montana Shares, your opportunity to find out about the nonprofits that make our state great. I'm your host, Bill Crane, and today I have Nadia with Queen City Ballet Company with me. Hi, Nadia, how are you doing?
Hi, Bill. I'm great. Thanks for having me today.
Good. So let's just bring people up to speed with a little refresher on Queen City Ballet Company versus Queen City Conservancy. Is that the right term?
Conservatory, yeah.
Conservatory, close.
Yeah, and I think there is a lot of confusion because when people bring their children to learn about dance in our community, they look for a ballet studio. And so one of the studio choices, of course, is Queen City Ballet Conservatory or Studio. But aside from the studio part where your child would learn dance, have lessons, there is the Queen City Ballet Company, of which I'm a board member. And the company is really, well, first of all, it's separate from the conservatory. We are a 501c3, we're a nonprofit, as you well know. And our role is to provide financial support for performances. So when there is a Queen City Ballet Company performance of the Nutcracker, we of course raise all the funds, we rent the Civic Center, we provide financing for the costumes, for the dry cleaning of all the costumes, which no one thinks about after dancers have been all sweaty and danced in them for a week on end with rehearsals, etc. Anyway, so all of that financial support comes from the Queen City Ballet Company. So we're separate from the conservatory, yet we support the conservatory. And this is a very popular, or it's ubiquitous among ballet companies and studios throughout the nation. There's always a training site, and then separate, yet in support of, is a company. And what we do in terms of our performances are professional level performances. It's not the Queen City Ballet Studio doing a little performance, which does happen as well, but again, that's separate. That's not the company. We are not a part of that at all. So our role when we decide we want to do a performance is we hire an artistic director, and we always, of course, look to Queen City Ballet Conservatory Studio first for and always for who we are going to hire. And Campbell Midgley is the artistic director there. And so then we work together. She provides us with a budget of what it would take to put on whatever show that we have in mind, and she looks at what company dancers she has that might currently fit into the roles. So for example, let me just go with Nutcracker, which is really popular. We look at which dancers we have for which roles and how to fit all, or she does all that. She looks at that, and then we kind of move forward. So anyway, the company is separate from the studio because we produce the productions, we produce the performances, and we look to the conservatory for our artistic side.
Right. And the company's been around how long? Since when?
In June of 2009 is when the company came to be, a 501c3.
Okay. Great. So you have you have a slightly different interaction than some people. We were just chatting about it before the show, but let's repeat it. Why are you involved with this?
Well, it started for me probably 9 years ago when I believe it was the production of the Nutcracker came about. They needed adult performers to fulfill, again, some of these roles. And so I went to the tryouts and was chosen to be in the party scene, which is one of the most fun scenes to be a part of, especially if you're not a dancer.
The great costumes, too.
Great costumes, yeah. All you have to know how to do is skip, and the artistic director just makes us all look so good. But anyway, so it started there, and then so I started performing, and then after being involved and seeing how intricate and how involved it is to put on a production, I decided to join the board and see if I could support, the financial side of it and organizational side of it.
Great. I mean, it's so different. And usually I'm interviewing someone who's a parent of one of the dancers or someone that's working there, and it's good to see that, I know it in my heart that there's so many community members that support so many organizations in the community, but this one is usually tied to the dancers. So I'm glad that we have a different perspective today.
Well, and to add to that perspective, so I involved myself first, but then I wrangled my young boys who ended up being Fritz a couple of years throughout the performances of Nutcracker. So anyway, but yeah, it is a role reversal.
Yeah. And so just sort of fill in the blanks, you also bring in professional dancers, or often probably the male dancers for some of these things. Is that more or less a correct statement?
Yeah, so once again, the board, in conjunction with the artistic director, we look at what dancers we might need that we don't have from the company to fulfill those roles. And oftentimes it is male dancers. We actually have a couple of young male dancers currently, or I shouldn't say we, but the conservatory does, that are training, and so that's really exciting. But we do bring in professional dancers to fulfill those typically male roles. And once again, you know, the board pays for that. We raise money to bring those dancers here, and they're usually here for a week. They learn how to dance via video. You know, they're sent the dance steps, but then they're here for 1 week, and we have to provide funds for those professional dancers to come here and be a part of our show.
So between the regular dancers, the professionals you're bringing in, and the community, you put on a really great show as an end product, right?
Oh yeah, we think so.
Yeah, great.
Yeah, and once again, you know, the company, or the board, we decide we want to take things to the next level. We don't want to just do, you know, a small show. So we spend extra money on really professional lighting in the Civic Center, and you know, things like that. And so as a company, as a board member, we're looking at always raising money so that we can continue to put on really high-level shows.
So speaking of raising money, ironically, one of your fundraisers is actually one of the more entertaining opportunities to go out in Helena. It's a ways off, but let's go ahead and chat about Dancing with the Stars.
Yeah, and you can save the date. It's 9/9.
That's an easy one to remember.
September 9th this year, yeah. And we try to do just like the TV show. We take our company dancers, and I wish I could tell you exactly how many there are. There are roughly 15, maybe 15 to 20. Again, I don't have an exact count on that, but we take our company dancers, and then we pair them with a star from the community of Helena. And together they learn a dance routine under the direction of the artistic director, Campbell Midgley. And we get people who don't know their left foot from their right foot, but by the end, working together with our company dancers, they look great, and they do fabulously. And so the fundraiser is great. It's an evening of being entertained by these couples, just like the TV show. There's food and silent auction and entertainment from other dancers that come from the conservatory. So it's a group effort. And
we have a Capitol High alumni that comes back from Vegas. Is that more or less correct?
Yes, yes. Mike Prendergast, who's a Capitol High grad, now lives in Vegas area, and he is a wonderful singer, and he comes back every year to support the board and the company, and he sings, and he's a crooner, so he sings the night away, and people from the crowd are welcome to get out on the dance floor and dance to his lovely songs, and it's really fun. Yeah.
Okay, so let's go to the next level of Dancing with the Stars. You don't have people picked probably yet, or do you have your stars yet?
Oh well, you know, we have some, but we need more, and typically we need the male dancers, because of course the company is primarily female dancers. So if you know of anyone, or if anyone out there in the community listening would be interested in joining us, that would be wonderful.
I think, you know, it's early enough that you could start sort of nominating people that you think would be fun to watch.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
And so, what's the time commitment for these stars / klutzes, if it was me, to learn their routine?
Well, we understand that people have busy lives, and so I mean, there's X amount of hours that go into it, and you can kind of squeeze that together however you need to with your dancer. But typically, I would say it's a 3-week commitment of maybe half an hour a day or half an hour every other day. And usually what we find is that once the dancers commit, then they start wanting more rehearsals, because they realize, oh, I want to win.
I want to look good.
I want to look good, yeah. And the way one wins is by the fundraising effort. So people can vote online for their favorite dancing couple. They can come to the event, of course, and stuff the ballot box. So it's the winner is called by whoever generates the most funds toward the event.
And is there any sort of like People's Choice Award for just the people that do a phenomenal job?
You know, we should add a couple of different things. This is our 7th year of doing Dancing with Helena Stars, and every year we do, we modify and improve. So yeah, that's a great idea. We should add
If
a
you
few
have
more.
2 avenues to win, you've got sort of the
That's right. People's Choice,
or
the
the
money winner,
fundraiser,
or
yeah.
the klutz of the night, whichever.
Yeah, that's why I never volunteer for this.
I think we have I think we found someone in you, Bill. I think you might be our next candidate.
I really doubt it. But so, are we missing anything else we should be chatting about?
Well, I guess I do want to share. You know, as a company, our job is to put on performances, and so we always do our annual Nutcracker, and we do it in November, which a lot of people feel is a little bit early, but there are a lot of reasons that happens. Part of it is the availability of the Civic Center. Part of it is not wanting to create too much stress on the dancers and their families during the very busy holiday season in December. So we do our Nutcracker in November, and then we always do a spring show, typically always do a spring show. So those are 2 things that I hope the community will look for each year and come and enjoy and appreciate. Helena is one of the greatest little arts towns, and Queen City Ballet Company, we pride ourselves on putting on really high-level shows. So we hope that people see that and want to come back for more.
Yeah, I think just the fact that people go to your fundraiser and they're thoroughly entertained is a sign that even a fundraiser is art and entertainment at a high level as well. I think that's a major achievement.
Yeah. Well, yes, and we hope people will continue to come. This year, our fundraiser will be again on September 9th. It will be at the Great Northern Hotel.
Okay.
And tickets will be on sale online. Probably August, usually we put that up. $60 a person, gives you dinner and entertainment and a warm heart knowing that you're supporting Queen City Ballet Company.
Right. So hopefully we can get together maybe in August or something and either meet one of last year's couples or one of this year's couples. I know they're often kept secret for a while at least. One of the 2, and we can definitely get this information out to the community one more time before it actually happens and to interview people that have been doing it would be wonderful. Thank
you. Yeah, we'd love that, Bill. Thank you so much. We'd love to give everyone a sneak peek into who's going to be our star and our stars. And and we hope that people will decide to come and see any dances anywhere from tango to quick step to foxtrot, and we do it up with costumes, and we try to make it just like on TV. Beautiful setting and lots of glitz. So
cool. That's wonderful. Anything else you want to add?
No, I think that's it. Thank you so much.
Wrap it up. Great. Well, thank you for coming on today, and thank you guys for tuning in as always. Have a wonderful evening.